Today I am here with my next video. In this chapter you have to know about the values and data types in Java. That what are the use of data types in Java, what are the needs of data types in Java programming. So first you have to know what is data type. Before going to know what is data type, you have to know about the compiler. Compiler, you are already familiar with this word, compiler. We have already learned about this word compiler. Compiler means compiler just a translator which convert the source code into bytecode. This is the use of compiler. Compiler convert the source code to bytecode, whole source code to bytecode at once. This is the use of compiler. So when we are going to use the Java programming, compiler has a memory storage. Memory storage. For this memory storage, compiler have to know that what are the data you have entered is which of type. Means if you are entering 1, then 1 is of which type. If you are entering A, then A is of which type. If you are entering the whole string, then this is of which type. So compiler have to know because it has a memory storage area. If you are entering any data, then compiler have to know that which type of data you are entering. I am giving one more example. For example, if you are entering anything in a source code, like I am entering 3. Okay, so compiler have to change this number into bytecode. How we convert the source code into bytecode? First you have to divide 2 into 2, remainder is 1. So this is the binary form of 3, double 1. So double 1, for double 1 compiler have to make allocation of memory. So compiler allocated 1 and 1. This is the allocation of memory. This is the compiler part. If you are entering anything in a high level programming language, that language is called source code. If you are entering anything like I have entered my name, now this is the source code. Compiler convert this source code into bytecode. This is called machine code. This is called machine code. Machine code is always written in 1010 form, and source code you can write in the English form. So this is the work of compiler. Compiler converts the source code into bytecode. So for converting this source code into bytecode, compiler has a storage part. So if you are entering Amit, then compiler convert this Amit whole word into machine level language, that's a machine code. And if you are entering 1, then compiler again convert this source code into machine code. For this reason, compiler has to know that which type of data you are entering. If you are entering any string, then computer have to convert a string into machine code. If you are entering 1, then computer have to convert this 1 into machine code. So this is called process of converting the source code into bytecode. This is the work of compiler. Compiler convert the source code into bytecode at once. So for this reason, storage part, this reason compiler have to know that which type of data you are entering. So for this reason we have to learn values and data types. Data types tells us that which type of data you have entered. This is the use of data type. That was the introduction of this chapter, that is values and data types. Now we have to learn first topic, that is token. As you know, in the biology, the cell is the fundamental and functional unit of human body. If you are knowing about the cell is the functional and fundamental unit of the human body. As in the Java programming, the functional and fundamental unit of the Java programming is token. Now you have to know what is token. Token is the individual thing in the Java programming. Every individual thing in the Java programming is a token. For example, if I am writing one statement, what is a statement? A statement is we are learning Java. So this is a statement, we are learning Java. The statement is made of these words, we are learning Java. So these are called token. every individual component of Java program is called token. This is a token, R is a token, learning is a token, and Java is a token. So with the use of these all things we can make one statement. So an statement is a collection of the words. So in the Java programming every individual things is a token. So this is called token. Token is an individual component in the Java programming. Everything in the Java programming is a token. As we know that public, we have already learned about the public. So public is a token. If we are written class, then class is a token. If we are written class name, anything you can write in the place of class name. So this is also a token. If you are writing void, then it is also a token. So everything in a Java programming is a token. If you are writing 3, then it is also a token. So everything in the Java programming, every individual component of the Java programming is called token. We have to learn about the types of token. That what are the types of tokens? So here are the different types of tokens. First type is literals. Literals is also called constant. Second is identifier. Identifier is also called variables. Third is operators. Operators, we have to learn about the different types of operators. Then punctuators, then separators, then keyword and assignment. So these are the types of tokens. There are mainly 7 types of tokens: literals, identifiers, operators, punctuators, separators, keyword and assignment. So these are the 7 types of tokens. So we have to learn all the types separately. First we have to learn about the literals. That what is literals? What are the types of literals? We have to learn about that. First type of the token is literals. Literals is also called constant. Constant means which are fixed throughout the program. Which are fixed is called token. Is called literals. Literals are the tokens which are fixed throughout the program. So this is called literal. So there are different type of literals also. First you have to know about the integer literal. Integer literal. Second type is real literal. Real literal. Third is character literal. Fourth is string literal. And the last one is null literal. So we have already learned that what is literal. Literals are the constants which are fixed throughout the program. So there are different type of literals. First is integer literal, second is real literal, third is character literal, fourth is string literal, and fifth one, that is null literal. So we have to know that what are these things. So first we come to integer literals. Integer literals means the constants which are fixed throughout the program. So what means integer? Integer means the whole numbers without decimal point is called integer. Okay, the whole number without decimal point is called integer. It can be positive, it can be negative or 0. Okay, integer literals means the literals which are fixed throughout the programs. So what is the means of integer? So integer means the number, the whole number without decimal point is called integer. It can be positive, it can be negative or 0. For example, if I am writing 1, then it is a integer. If I am writing 276, then it is a integer. If I am writing 0, then it is a integer. If I am writing -76, then it is a integer. So the number without decimal point, here are no any decimal point, so this is called integer. The number without decimal point is called integer. Okay, if I am writing 27.6, then this is wrong because it is having the decimal point. So the number without decimal point is called integer literal. Next is real literals. We have already learned that integer literals, number without decimal point is called integer literals, and in the real literals the number with the decimal point is called real literals. Like for the example 7.6, then it is a real literals. If we are writing 27.6 in this, then it is correct. This is a real literals. So if we are writing 27.6 here, then it will be wrong, because integer numbers are the numbers without decimal point. But when we come to real literals, then number with the decimal point is called real literals. Look, this number having one decimal point, so this is called real literal. This number also having decimal point, so this is also called real number. It also can be negative, so minus 76.3. This is also a real literals, because this is also having a decimal point. So any numbers which are having decimal point is called real literals, and numbers without the decimal point is called integer literals. Now the next is character literals. Character literals are the alphanumerics in the nature. Alphanumeric. Now what is this word means? Alphanumerics. Alphanumerics means you can write in this alphabet as well as numbers. So this is called alphanumerics, in which you can write alphabet as well as numbers. So character literals are alphanumerics in the nature. In this you can write alphabets as well as numbers. But in the character literals, all the characters are enclosed in a single quotes, and only single thing you can write. You can write alphabets, you can write numbers, but single at a time and in the single quotes. Okay, so this is called character literals. Character literals are alphanumerics in the nature. You can write alphabets, you can write numbers, but single at a time and in the single quote. If you are writing A in single quote, then it is correct. If you are writing 1 in single quote, then it is correct. If you are writing dot in the single quote, then it is correct. But if you are writing any name, for example, I am writing Amit in single quote, then it will be wrong, because in the character you have to write only single letter or single digit or single special symbol. So this is called character literals. Now the next is string literals. String literals are the literals which are also alphanumerics in the nature. String is also alphanumeric. You have already learned about the alphanumeric. So string is also alphanumeric. In string you can write alphabets as well as numbers, but it can use any numbers of characters. For example, if we are writing Amit in the string, you have to write in the double quotes, then it is correct. If we are writing Amit 1 2 3 in double quotes, then it is correct. So if you are writing in the double quotes, then it is a string. If you are writing in the single quotes and single character at a time, then it is a character. So this is called string literals. String literals are alphanumerics in the nature. It is written in the double quotes, and you can write any number of characters between this.